Hello everyone, I'm Chestnut44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Horizon Forbidden West. Last episode, we made our way back over to the base.
That is focus thing's trying to kill me.
Somehow I doubt it is.
Almost drowned it in beer.
Drown it in
Not on
beer?
purpose.
Ahem. Anyway, we made our way back to the base, where a couple more of our companions have decided to show up, including Erend, I still always like him, Varl showed up, and Takote also managed to show up. He's kind of in another room. Plus, they've managed to bring a whole bunch of supplies to the base, and it looks a lot nicer. They've even gotten some rooms settled. Anyway, time for us to go speak with Gaia and give Aether to her. Let's see what information we can get from this.
Welcome back, Aloy.
Thank you, Gaia.
Are you ready? Please merge Aether with me. Afterwards, I must discuss an important matter with you.
Of course. Here you go. Well, that was easy.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Oh?
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Really now?
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility.
Oh.
A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Save our ship, or souls. So, and it also said warning, I noticed. Or beware. Tell me of Aletheia?
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
Could it be the Zeniths?
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. So maybe it's not them then.
But it still could be possible. This is curious. Tell me about the transmission.
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
Could be a code. Like a code to access something. I'll explain in a bit, Zeus. Alright, I'll investigate.
Alright, I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses.
Okay.
I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Eleuthia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back.
So what's wrong with them joining you?
Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Take the assistance, Aloy.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Okay. Data point discovered. SOS, location 237, beware. Got it. Hey, we got skill points. Excellent. Jeez, I've almost completed all of Warrior. I don't really care about the Resonator Blast or Energizer damage. Anything with the Resonator I don't really care about. But everything else I've gathered. Do I care about anything here? Food duration, no. Crafting things faster could be useful. Placing traps faster on the field, eh. Nimble Crafter could actually be useful. Yeah, I'll take that. Hey, Yoshi. Alright. Alright, another thing in the notebook. Eleuthia. Okay, which one is it? Eleuthia is the Zero Dawn subordinate function responsible for the birthing and reintroduction of a new generation of humanity. Oh, Eleuthia was the one that got people back alive. This is one of the least useful ones, I think. Maybe there's another one over there? Maybe there's another group over there? Cradle of Echoes. It's on hold. We have to do it. Okay, fair enough. Gaia, you wish to speak? Or we have other
Sneaky
things?
of you, patching in Varl and Erend to our conversation.
I am pleased you accepted their help. Is there something you wish to discuss before you depart?
Yeah, if she didn't do that, you would have just run off. Questions about subordinate functions. I can ask about them. So, Demeter.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus,
I feel like I may have
I
think I may have asked about some of these.
Word of
Oh,
warning. Like Aether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up.
good to know about that. You have something to say about Aether?
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Aether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Aether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. One of their villages is still recovering after a mudslide caused the whole place to flood.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
I imagine so. And we can say another thing about it.
Take up residence in an ancient war museum.
As with the other subordinate functions, Aether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Aether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
That is a good point.
Maybe it also felt at home there.
Very convenient. Okay, anything to say about Poseidon?
So, Poseidon, what do we know about it?
Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Once it is restored to me, I may be able to improve conditions in the regional watershed. But I must warn you, like the others, Poseidon is lost and frightened. It may have taken measures to protect itself.
I'll be careful.
Well, you will be careful indeed. And the missing subordinate functions?
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating.
Right,
nurturing,
I remember
and
these.
nurturing a new
Interesting that
generation
Eleuthia
of
is
human
one
beings.
that we found.
Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo
Yeah,
data.
so we know about that.
Pharaoh, huh?
Understand.
Yeah, we did ask about some of these in the
All
past.
three, or were do you still need...
If attained, restoring their remaining elements, perhaps you will. Artemis and Apollo, however, remain unaccounted for.
Okay, so that's the more information. We know that Apollo is gone, but we still have a possible solution. Artemis, we know nothing. Tell me about our progress. Tell me of the companions.
How's Katalo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him, though he has not voiced his thoughts. I may be able to assist in his recovery, should he be interested.
Really?
Really? I'm sure he will be.
That would be something interesting. 50% chance by the end of this game he ends up with a robotic arm, which would be very cool and very nice for him.
How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to understand their sickness. Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am unfortunately unable to correct their programming. However, Zoe and I are hopeful we will find an alternative way to heal them.
Well, keep at it. Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed.
Indeed. While studying old world data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism.
Oh, so...
She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices.
Okay.
And encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
Fair enough. Varl needs his meat.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus. After an initial incident,
What did he do?
he unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple.
Oops.
Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
Still, I like Erend. I like him so much. About the old world. Oh, we can ask a bunch of things. Elizabeth.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
I'm not sure if we asked this before.
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
I can understand that.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia.
What about Zero Dawn? Something to say there?
So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world. All working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives.
Fairly
to
true.
aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
Alright. Speak of this place.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here.
Something else you can say about this place?
So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality, should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout.
Yeah, we've managed to find a bunch already. Old world discoveries.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
I guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with too.
I mean, technically that's a way to stop the machines from going crazy and killing everyone. Theoretically, that was a method.
So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there, one not related to Zero Dawn. Scion. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization
Right, I
project,
remember that.
and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
That is a good
I
question.
have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it.
Right, that's what happened.
Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
What I say? If you end up getting more people, maybe you can send 1 or 2 people on an expedition over to find the Cyan and make personal contact in person. Maybe you'll be able to negotiate a different way to contact.
The processor Aether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
They wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures return to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
Alright. So that tells a little bit of something. And any more to say?
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
And that's all you have to say there. Alright, time for me to go.
Be off.
Farewell, for now.
Alright. We don't really have any other things to do at the moment except to go out. Alright, sorry about the distraction. I was just explaining to people talking in chat. It happens sometimes. I don't talk to chat in my streams very often, because I try to keep things on the game and everything, but I think we can step outside and talk to the guys here.
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
We'll speak with you in a minute. Let me see what this other living room is. It's not this room, that's ours.
I was able to unlock that door.
Okay, what do we got in here?
What was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Aw, no VR.
Oh, that's too bad.
Also, there appears to be something in here.
What is this lead?
Well, let's see where this goes. Okay, that's a dead end.
There's data here.
Oh, hello. And things to loot. Let's see. A little floor. Oh, it's an audio point.
Switch to a private log? Okay, so... Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facilities coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked-away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
That's interesting.
Oh, I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
Interesting. So the guy in here decided to do a little hidden extra bit of work on things. Very interesting. Well, I guess the game room will probably become a thing. Will probably become a thing later. Now, let's talk to our companions, see if they have anything more to say here.
There she is.
You ready to head out?
You know what? Hold
Not
off on
just
that
yet.
for a moment. Just because we're going to start a new
Let us know
thing,
when you're
so
ready.
we'll head out in a minute. I don't think I really have anything else to craft at the moment. I have plenty of weapons, and well, I guess I can fill that up a bit more. There we go. Yeah, fill up that. That's fine. The rest is fine, I think. Okay. Right, so I'm going to end the episode here. Not the stream, just the episode. Next episode, we'll talk to them and see what we're going to find in wherever we're going to be headed.
So this
Oh.
we're going after. That's part of Gaia, huh?
A subordinate function, yeah.
Uh-huh.
He has no idea what that means. Anyway, next episode, we'll talk with them and see if we can find out anything about Eleuthia. Till then, I am Chester44, I'll send in his fly. That is Aloy. This has been a Let's Play of Horizon Forbidden West, and I shall see you all next time.